welcome back. I'm Lori Williams. I'm a psychic medium, energy healer, animal communicator, and spiritual teacher. And today I want to talk to you about the cycle of negative thoughts. So, this is like very deep mindset stuff. And it's not about judging yourself. And I say that all the time, but it's very true. I don't want you to feel as though I'm judging you because there's absolutely no judgment for me. And, but even more important, don't judge yourself through this. So, I just wanted to make that very clear before I go on with this because I think far too often we're just way too hard on ourselves. And if we learn to have some care and compassion with ourselves, our processes of that we're working through, the learning and the growth that we're going through would happen. And not that it's going to be easier for us, but it doesn't have to be, there doesn't have to be so much resistance either. So I think we would be able to find a little bit more of that balance if we just learn to just go easier on ourselves. So with that being said, uh what happens with this negative mindset pattern that I see so many people getting stuck on, and I at one point was stuck there too, where so negative mindset, anything negative sorry, anything negative mindset is the ego. Anything positive mindset is the higher self, right? It's that proverbial like angel devil on each shoulder kind of a thing. So it's like what happens is when we're stuck in that cycle of a negative mindset, we tend to keep our expectations in a very negative space as well. So let's say for an example, it's like, well, I'm going through this and it's very, very, it's very low vibe. And well, I'm going through this and I know this is going to happen. And you set your sights very, very low. So it's like your energy's already here. You're setting um you're projecting your ideal of what's going to happen at that same level, unfortunately. And then it does happen. And then you're like, oh, see, I was right. So that's why I don't get my hopes up. That's why I don't allow myself to dream. When all you're really doing is allowing your ego to win. Your ego wants to be right. Your higher self doesn't care about who's right or wrong. It just your higher self knows your truth. The ego wants to be right. The ego wants to be in power and control. So that's all that's happened. It's just the ego has won. But who's losing? Look at the bigger picture of who is losing. I hope you your answer is you, because it is you. If you're right now in a negative mind space, let's say your energy level's right here. If you have a little bit higher expectation than what you normally would, you eventually are going to be changing that energetic perception. And even if it doesn't happen, eventually it will. Sometimes when we change our perception or we change something about us for the better, this is another thing that kind of brings you back into that negative mindset wheel, is we'll be like, okay, I'm going to set my sights high. I'm going to dream big. And then it doesn't happen. You're like, see, I knew it wasn't going to happen. Again, you're right. Your ego's right. So whether you set your expectation here or here, if you're only doing it for the ego to win, either way, it's you that's losing. When we change the trajectory of our life, if you've been sending your energy here and then all of a sudden you decide to put it here, it's going to take a little while for the universe to catch up. It's almost like, like a lot of people say this to me, like, well, Lori, I've changed my perception on things. I've been working on my mindset, but like stuff keeps happening to me the same as what it would happen before. And I was like, first of all, you haven't changed your perception around things happening for you. Second of all, it's like almost like the universe will keep sending you the things to match where you used to be, just to be sure that where you currently are, where you're going, is actually where you want to be. It's almost like I don't believe in that we're being tested, but it's almost like it's a test of some sort of like, okay, is this really what you want? You've set your sights on this, but are you sure? Like, are you willing to give up the person that you used to be and the energy that you used to be in order to be this person now? And the more you stick with that new vibrational level, the more things are going to align with you there, and you're not going to be aligned with the things that are lower. It really is that simple. But I want you to recognize in those moments where if you're in a negative space, I don't even like the word negative. I like low vibe. stagnant, all that kind of stuff. um Negativity and positivity is up for perception, and I look at people that are in a negative space. They just haven't learned to be in a positive space, or maybe they don't want to. Either way, it's their choice. So when you're in that low vibe space, I encourage you to watch where you're setting your expectations, because it's far more important for your healing that you work on changing the path, the level of where your energy sits. It's far more important that you change those vibes, your own personal vibes, than it is to allow your your ego to be right. This is the low vibe energy wheel that, I mean, you can just get stuck on for an entire lifetime. But while your ego is winning, the rest of you is losing. And I mean, so if I were to say, okay, well, this person's going to react this way because that's the way they've always done it, and I'm like, okay, well, then they do, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I was right. See, I was right. Who cares? Is somebody like praising you because you were right? Are you getting some sort of a medal because you were right? No. We oftentimes do this as a form of self-preservation or protection. You're not actually protecting yourself. It's your ego is winning against you. You're still losing. And once you come to this realization that if you're choosing for yourself to lose, you can also choose for yourself to win. It literally is just a matter of choosing a different vibration, a higher vibration than where you currently are. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.